All right, Mr. Emmett here for 7.2. Goal for today is going to be multiplying polynomials. Yesterday we added and subtracted, and now we're going to go on to multiplying. The first thing I want to talk about is the FOIL method. The FOIL method is something we refer to when we multiply two binomials together. And FOIL really is just an acronym. It stands for we multiply the first terms, then we multiply the two outer terms, then we multiply the inside, and then we'd multiply the last. So I'm going to refer to this as we FOIL it out, but realistically the FOIL process is just going to be distributing both terms of the binomial, okay? So first example, and we'll kind of step through this. What we mean by first is I multiply the first two terms of the binomials, which is just like distributing the x. Okay, so x times x is x squared. And then the O stands for the outside. So when I'm distributing this x, I end up multiplying the two outer terms. X times -5 is -5x. So that's my first step. I distribute the x, the first and the outside. For the next step of the process, I'm going to distribute the 9 inside. These are the two inner terms. So when I take 9 times x, I get a plus 9x. And then over here, 9 times -5, the last two terms, is a -45. After we're done with that process, we have to combine the like terms. We have a -5x and a positive 9x. Those two get combined together, and I end up with x squared. 9 plus -5 is 4x. And we still have our -45. We have multiplied our first polynomials. Okay, so our next example, again, we're using the FOIL method. Distribute the 2x, then distribute the 3. So first, outside, inside, last. 2x times x is 2x squared. Don't forget the x squared. 2x times 8 is a plus 16x. Now we multiply the 3, so 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 8 is 24. Combine the two like terms in the middle. And I still have my 2x squared plus 19x plus 24. We got it. Circle it up. Okay, our next one, a little bit trickier because I'm multiplying an x squared. So I'm going to first distribute the x squared. X squared times x is x to the third. Keep in mind we have to add the exponents. X squared times -2 is -2x. Got the first term distributed. Now we're going to distribute the 3x. 3x times x is 3x squared. So that would be, I made a mistake here. I got to backtrack. Sorry. X squared times -2 is -2x squared. I forgot my squared. So easy to make a mistake. Now when I'm distributing here, 3x times x is a plus 3x to the second. Add the exponents. And then 3x times -2 is -6x. So this one doesn't have a constant. We have a variable in every term. Combine the middle terms, and I get x to the third. -2 plus 3 is a plus 1x squared. And we still have our -6x. All right, got those ones. For the U-tries, go ahead and hit pause and give them a shot. All right, hopefully you had some success. So the first one, distribute the x. X times x is x squared. X times -8 is -8x. Now we'll distribute the -6. Do the inner next, -6x, and -6 times -8 is a positive. Careful with your signs. Negative times a negative is a positive, and that's 48. Combine the middle terms. X squared minus 14x plus 48. Don't forget to combine like terms either. Typically, the two middle terms should end up getting combined. Okay, next one. 3x squared times x squared. Oh boy. That's a 3x to the second, x to the second. Add the exponents, that's x to the fourth. Now 3x squared times 6x is a plus 18x to the second. Now we'll distribute the 2. 2 times x squared is plus 2x to the second. And 2 times 6 is 12. Combine the like terms. 3x to the 4 stays. We have a plus 20x squared. Those add up to 20. And a plus 12. All right, multiplying larger polynomials is next. So when we are multiplying the larger, typically for us, we're gonna have a binomial and a trinomial. We'll leave it about that size. You could multiply 3 or 2 trinomials together as well and have to distribute something 3 times, but for our case, we're pretty much gonna have a binomial and a trinomial. So first we'll distribute the first term of the binomial, then distribute the second term of the binomial, and then we'll combine like terms. That's just going to be our process. It's going to be a little bit longer because I have to multiply it to 3 things. So x times x squared, that's first. That's x to the third. X times 5x is plus 5x squared. And then x times 7 is plus 7x. We got that part. Now we'll distribute the second term, which is the 3. 3 times x squared is plus 3x squared. 3 times 5x is plus 15x, and then we have a 3 times 7, and that's a plus 21. So I should have 6 terms. Now when I combine them, x to the thirds, there's only one of them, okay? So that's going to stay x to the third. X squareds, I see one here, and I see one here. Add those together. 5 plus 3 is 8x squared. Now our 7x's getting combined with our 15x. Those are like terms. 7 plus 15 is 22x. It's positive, so I put a plus sign. Then we still have our plus 21. We got it. Next one. First distribute the 2x, then distribute the 7. We're multiplying. There's no plus sign in between, okay? One thing I do kind of want to bring up here is we just added and subtracted. With our 2 polynomials, if there's no plus or minus sign in between, that means we're multiplying, okay? So 2x times 5x squared, that's 10x to the third. Minus, careful with our signs. Positive times a negative is a negative, so that's a negative 6x to the second. And then we have a minus 20x. Now we'll distribute our 7. 7 times 5 is 35x squared. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21x. And 7 times negative 10 is negative 70. All right, looking for like terms now. Looks like we have an x to the third. That's the only one, so that just stays 10x to the third. Our x squareds, we got 2 of them. A negative 6 and a positive 35 adds up to positive 29x squared. Now we have a negative 20x and a negative 21x. Keep in mind we're adding. Negative and a negative is going to stay negative. That's a negative 41x. And we still have our minus 70. We got it. There's no other like terms. All right. A little bit challenging here, finding the area. Okay, keep in mind to find the area of a rectangle, we have to take the length times the width. So for me to find the area, I need to take x plus 1 times x plus 5. When I multiply the 2 binomials, I'm going to FOIL it out, distribute the x, then distribute the 1. X times x is x squared. X times 5 is plus 5x. Now we'll distribute the 1. Plus 1x, and 1 times 5 is 5. Combine the middle term. X squared plus 6x plus 5. We got it. All right, this next one's pretty tough. Not gonna lie, I don't think you'll see one quite this hard on the homework, but it says find. The diagram below has a square inside of a triangle with the dimensions shown. Write the polynomial that represents the area of the shaded region. So for me to find the area of the shaded region, I need to find the area of the triangle minus the area of the square. So I have to take triangle minus square. So to find the area of the triangle, all right, I have to take 1/2 times the base times the height. Area equals 1/2 base times height. So half of the base, okay, half of the base would be a 1x plus 5. I have to divide it by 2 to get half. So I'm going to do that in my head. Multiply this by 1/2. That's its base. 1x plus 5, okay? Times it by 1/2. So for me to find the area of that triangle, I'm taking the base times 1/2, which I just did. So I have an x plus 5 times the height, which is 2x plus 7. So this was my height, this was my base. Keep in mind I multiplied it by a half before I'm foiling. You could do that in any order, all right? But I decided it'd be easiest to do it first. 1/2 times the base times the height. All right, now the square. Area of the square, side times side. So we're gonna take x plus 4 times x plus 4. All right, so we got it set up. Now before I subtract these, I have to multiply. So gotta FOIL it out. X times 2 is 2x squared. Here I have an x plus 7, x times 7, which is a plus 7x. Then a plus 10x. 5 times 7 is 35. Minus. Now our other one, we gotta FOIL it out. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is plus 4x. 4 times x is plus 4x. 4 times 4 is 16. So I kind of went through that one a little quicker. Now we can combine our like terms, okay? Now, I would probably simplify this one, then simplify this one, or you can do it all at once. Choice is yours, all right? But notice this is a minus sign, all right? So I think it's gonna be a little bit easier to combine our like terms first because I am going to have to distribute the -1 because I'm subtracting the whole thing. I'm not just subtracting x squared. That would be a common mistake on this problem. Is someone just think the x squared is negative? No, no, no. We're subtracting this whole area minus this whole thing. So I'm gonna combine them first. So I have a 2x squared. 7 plus 10 is 17x and plus 35. Minus our other piece is an x squared and 8x. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 16. Now I have to distribute the -1. So I have a -1x squared minus 8x minus 16. Gotta distribute that when we subtract. This one doesn't change. So 2x squared plus 17x plus 35. Now I can combine my like terms to finish it off. So 2 minus 1, those are our x squared, so I have an x squared. 17 and a -8 is a 9x. And 35 minus 16, I don't want to make an error on this one, is 19. I had to use a calculator for that. So we got the shaded region. There it is. Like I said, that was a pretty challenging one. Probably won't see one quite that hard. Have a good rest of the day.